Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We just witnessed the Dials pick up a very quick victory over Regicide. We're about to head into game number 2, and there's already been a substitute. It will be Yele coming into the jungle over Fade.
Certainly will be, but I want to talk about a different jungler, because if you are learning how to play jungle, Fish, if you're like one of those solo queue junglers and you're like, oh, I can't win games, like my team loses it before I even have any impact, blah, 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 whatever the heck junglers say in solo queue nowadays, go watch what Shernfire was just able to do to that bottom lane. He took 3 camps and then won the game, pretty much, is how he played Elise, and was able to have great impact in the first 8 minutes and set everything up for success. Taking out Johnson and putting in Yele, I think, probably does nothing for that man on your screen. As you can see, he's nice and relaxed. He's in the zone today, and he had such terrific impact on Elise that it kind of makes you question like what you know about the current meta. The current meta is the early game is so slow that it's hard to get Elise to have enough impact before the tanks take over. Well, throw that up in the air because Shernfire just absolutely won a game.
That's what you should have done in our solo queue game the other day, Spawn. You know, just dominate the bottom lane, let the 22 and 0-12 Nah carry
Zero. You didn't die.
No.
No, well, I seem to remember you dying in the last team fight, Fish, and us losing the game. When you have 22 kills, 6 items, and your top laner that you're playing against only has 2 items, you should be able to kill all the other team members.
I'm ZZZ. I don't know what you want from me.
That's all I'm saying. If you have 22 kills and you don't win a game, it's your fault.
They had a Twitch. We had a Vayne. It's not fair. Going into this match, it's very curious that Regicide are still swapping out players because we've identified this as a big problem for a lot of the
100%.
lower teams.
The thing about this, especially when they were swapping in English for Mandarin speakers, is that you're just ruining the dynamic about how your team communicates. And we know that Fade, or Johnson, as he was known last split, is one of the captains and one of the shot callers for your teams and has an absolutely massive part in setting this team up for victory. The one game they won against TM, he absolutely popped off. And I think that, you know, taking out your star jungler, even if his mental is a little bit boomed from being put in the bin by Shern, is a risk at this stage.
And there he is, Yele on the screen, coming back in for another game. Surprisingly, though, when he did play, we had Fade support, I think it was.
80 carry, didn't he?
Fade 80 carry?
Yeah, Fade 80 carry. Chenny was doing the exam.
Yeah. But he looked good, Yele, in the jungle. He looked impressive.
It's funny. Like, Hingers isn't on screen, but he's feeding us information, but it's just all, like, incorrect. He's like, you've seen those things, like, on Anchorman. No, what was it? It was Bruce Almighty, where he just changes the teleprompter to, like, be all random words.
That's
the
Hingers?
guys. Yeah, that's Hingers right now.
You're calling Hingers the god. Don't know. Be a bit careful.
No, because, yeah, what I'm trying to say is, obviously, people don't know it's him giving the information. Like, yeah, he was really sick. He was in the hospital. Jenny's just going to tweet in, I was, like, studying for an exam.
He was at an exam. He was trying to rush down.
He was physically at the exam. You're correct, Fish. Regardless, got a little bit of delay. That's why we got sick elevator music. That man on your screen, Chippies, didn't really have the most impressive game, but didn't have to.
He was hard carried. He didn't have any pressure from Shernfire almost topside map. No. He was too busy bottom lane. So he just relied on the rest of the map to do well, and they did. He didn't die, which was the crucial thing. He
exactly
didn't
right.
give any advantage over to Regicide to potentially have a way back into the game.
Yeah, farmed up nice and easy. Suman had a little bit of a rough game 1. I think it's very fair to say.
He's had a very rough season, Suman.
Yeah, when he played on X5, we thought he was an absolute superstar. Then he came back for the Chiefs B team, and he looked okay on the special unit as well. Has kind of gone backwards since then, Fish.
And when he was on X5, he only played those Assassins. He had a couple of Orianna games, and he looked okay on it. But when he played Assassins, he was taking it to a lot of big-name mid laners.
Yep.
This split, he's done the opposite. He's played a lot of control mages, but very few Assassins. Unfortunately, the few times he has picked up an Assassin, has not been the same form as he was in Split 1. Which is why Regicide coming into this split, they looked scary. They had a superstar top laner, a great jungler and mid laner, and their bottom lane was, at the time, an untested support and a veteran AD carry. They looked like they were going to be someone who could take games off big teams, but they did all right in the first few weeks and just never started to improve again.
It's not even that. They just have been so vastly inconsistent. We've seen them get absolutely rolled by teams like TM Gaming, and then by Avant Gaming, and then they've looked fine versus TM, who was also taking games earlier, and then they looked okay versus Abyss as well, but everything kind of is falling apart now. So I'll be interested to see what's going on. As you can see, all the Direwolves members I try to keep like as calm and as focused as possible. All of them are going to sit there with their eyes closed. They're going to say very little to each other.
Yep.
They know what the game plan is going into these best of threes. Obviously, Sharp drills them pretty well beforehand. So we'll see whether this slight delay does impact how they play the early game. Because last early game, they just came out and they just absolutely took care of business.
Yeah, I actually thought last split, first few weeks, I thought Direwolves was sleeping every time we saw them on the play cams. In fact, just meditating. And we saw that from their mic check. Destiny likes to lead that sometimes. We had a few supports to do that as well. Jake from AV was leading the meditation for AV at times.
He was also leading that massage chain that was going on.
They didn't offer me one. I was quite upset about that. You know, they started a train to give the masseuse a massage, but not the actual interview. I was a bit, you know, burnt by that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame them. You didn't win the game. They won the game. You don't deserve a massage. If anything, you should have been massaging them.
Wow. BM. Very sad.
That happens.
Now the production room's BMing me as well. This is not great. Anyway, let's go through picks and bans instead. Straight away, Thresh gets banned out by Regicide. A champion that we haven't seen too much picked, but has been banned a couple of times. Cogmore banned out very early by them as well.
Yeah, so obviously still think it's strong, but don't want to play it themselves in case they get camped out. See whether they first pick something like a Caitlyn in response. Because I don't think Direwolves are really going to pick ban Caitlyn here.
So we get a LeBlanc ban against Sealman and an Alistar ban. Chen Shuan was known as an Alistar one trick.
Yeah, see whether the Renekton ban comes out as well.
And there have been a few games on blue side where Regicide first picked Alistar, gave over 2 incredibly strong picks afterwards, so not sure why we're still going with the ban. No Renekton ban, but at least a Maokai taken off the table.
Yeah, all the tanks are left up, however, apart from Maokai. I mean, Cho'Gath, Zac, Gragas, everything we generally talk about as far as tank meta goes is up and ready to go.
ZZ has played a few games with Gragas, so that's still a big flex for Regicide. Braum was left up as well, one of the superstar supports in the current patch. And that should get locked in for Direwolves here. Would not be surprised if they follow up with a Caitlyn or Kalista pick, potentially.
Kalista Braum certainly has some strength in the lane, Fish, and there you go, locked in.
And we talked about this during Super Week. Caitlyn, now 7.14 to 7.15, has had a massive attack speed nerf, and not many people quite understand why it's so big, because the patch note is one line.
Yeah.
The scaling's been reduced from 4% to 2%, which doesn't look like a lot, but it's a lot when you hit level 18. That's a full Phantom Dancer worth of attack speed taken away.
So they go with a very aggressive lane here. It's going to be a Xayah. I would like to see a Rakan being picked up by Chen Shuan. Obviously known for his Alistar. Xayah Rakan, very good lane.
And there we go. Regicide picked the Lovers bottom lane for Kedu and Chen Shuan. Let's see how they go. Direwolves now should pick up their jungler of choice, and it's going to be Sejuani for Shernfire.
Yeah, definitely going to be a Shern, Sejuani. We did see Sejuani played a little bit top lane when she was first reworked, Fish.
Yeah, her passive was absolutely busted.
That's now been thrown in the bin, and you can see that all the things that the analyst desk are asking for, you know, give Suman a carry, one of his picks to be able to take over Summon's Rift. It's just not happening. They just keep banning out the guy's champion pool. And I think that that does have to be pointed out, is even though we've been pretty hard on Suman, he has the easiest champion pool to target ban of the carries of Regicide. We saw the games that he did play well was when they swapped to banning out Fade's champion pool, and then Suman could kind of pick whatever he wanted.
Yep. So curious if he has anything else up his sleeve. We know he's a good talent player as well. He's not a particularly great Jace, but Direwolves have yet to throw Jace in the mid lane. Kassadin's the final ban that comes after the wolf pack, so maybe a Corki?
Yeah, gonna be Corki. See if he can play Cassiopeia, because this is definitely going to be a blind Corki now, I feel, out of Fantix. As the analyst desk kind of said, he's been playing a lot of Talia in solo queue, but he's been playing... Oh, they banned the Cassio.
Wow. That's, yeah, not good. Strange. Now Corki gets a free lane, but they go for Galio instead.
So mid-Galio. I mean, getting rid of the Kassadin is a pretty easy lane for Kassadin to Galio. Getting rid of Cassiopeia on the other side is Cassiopeia is a great lane into Galio. I have no idea how Azir doesn't get into Galio.
Pick Cho'Gath. Run Cho'Gath into Galio. That's what you want to see.
Yep.
But Renekton was left up, and ZZ loves Crocodiles in the top lane. That gets locked in. Our final pick will be Sealman's pick of choice.
Chippies was smiling. I wonder what counter pick he's got for this.
We're on top. Let's go.
Jax.
Jax, Camille still left open, two of his signature champions. Victor is the final pick for Sealman. Now, Direwolves, last pick. Should be a mid laner for Fantix, unless they get... Sorry, top laner for Chippies. I was going to say, unless they get creative with this Galio pick, send that top lane instead. Jax, you called it. Yep. He's going to be picked up. As a decent matchup against Renekton, and now it scales him incredibly hard.
Direwolves have been streaming heaps lately. I'll shout them out. Follow their Snapchat or their Instagram because they generally post when they're going to go live with their individual streams. One of them streams every night, I think, at the moment during the week. I've been watching Chippy's stream whenever he has been firing it up. I like watching Chippy's play. He's got a really relaxing voice, in my opinion. He's also a Kiwi, so shout out to the New Zealanders. They produce very good top laners historically. But he plays this quite a bit. He plays the Jackson to Renekton matchup. Whenever he can get his hands on it, he thinks it's a winning matchup for Jax, of course. Stops out the stun now. Renekton still has some sustain advantage on you, but as the game ramps up, Fish, and you just scale, you start destroying it.
I've played against Chippies once ever. I played Renekton into his Camille. Did not enjoy myself. It was worse than that last game.
Let me tell you, Chippies is a better top laner than you. I've seen you go 20 kills, and Chippies is at least twice as good as you in the top lane. No, Fish, of course, hovers around, you know, D1 master as well. So I can't throw too much shade at the moment because I am dipping very rapidly towards the pits of solo queue.
But no, everyone in the OPL is much better than me. I've played against many of them, and they all dumpster me. It's not fun.
Hey, apparently that's not true. Apparently you've had some good games against
Oh, no, against Claire, that's it. But he was playing off-roll top lane. That was the only good game I've had against OPL players. Every other time, it's not great. No, not fun.
But going into this game, I think that what we need to focus on, like what Regicide can actually take away from it, because they're using a substitute. We don't know. We're about to hear from Vicarious whether this is going to be a permanent substitute or something like that, whether they think Yele is the future of the team. And if so, then they don't need to necessarily win this game. They just need to have a much better early game than what they had last time around. Which
was the mindset we saw against the last team, I guess. It was TM that came in with that mindset. So let's see Regicide doing the same thing. For now, let's check in with their coach Vicarious, who's standing by with fingers.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with the coach of Regicide, Vicarious. A rough loss in Game 1 for you guys. And also in Game 1, we saw Direwolves ban out a lot of mid laners for Suman. They banned out Ari, they banned out LeBlanc. Fewer mid laners banned out this time around, I think, or fewer classic Suman mid laners. But you guys have chosen to, an interesting pick, I feel, get it going, Victor into Galio. Can you talk us through that pick?
Okay, so it was interesting to see the change in ban picks from targeting the jungle into targeting the mid lane. So that was something that we didn't really expect. But this game, Galio and Victor, Victor actually doesn't do too bad into Galio because you've got the gravity field. And also later on when you upgraded your Q, you also get your movement speed. So, and then your shove is pretty much as good as, if not better than Galio. So I just feel like that pick is actually better.
Yeah, excellent stuff. Well, for the rest of the match then, for the rest of the... what do you see as your win conditions for this game then?
Okay, so this game we have a much more all-rounder comp. They do have pretty good anti-diving with Braum, with Galio, with the Kalista, etc. But in extended fights, Victor will win out. Zaya is really good at defending them, pressuring us. Rakan have a very, very good team fight potential as well. So, yeah.
All right, well, thank you for speaking to us and best of luck in the game.
Thank you.
There you go. So it didn't touch too much on Yele.
Too much? Fish, they didn't touch on Yele at all. Someone find, where's Laura? Bring her back. All I was expecting is, why did you make a substitute? I got, why did you pick Victor?
Well, so Victor there, apparently they think it's good into Galio mid.
I mean, it makes sense once you get first item. Shove should be equally matched. You know how I know that about Victor, Fish? Because he instantly clears the wave as soon as he gets a Hextech upgrade.
Whereas Galio plays, you know, range minions very well, but not the melee.
I didn't expect it to be this good, though.
He's bullying Fantix at the moment. Something you don't see from Victus too much is auto-attack harass early on, but Suman's laying down the herd onto Fantix.
Should have taken Ignite, mate. He would have been dead by now. You can see ZZZ shoving up and is going to be ganked. So another... How did he get level 3?
Counter-Strike actually stops the stun come out from ZZZ. They lock him down, and without Slice and Dice, First Blood's picked up by Chippies.
Fish, how did Shern get level 3?
Ooh, he's gone Raptors to red, and that's it. Triple experience, Quint? I don't know.
If he's running triple EXP, Quint, that is the cheesiest gank I have ever seen. Because there's no way, like, you can, one experience Quint, you can know the timing of, you know, he has to take another camp there, but that is absolutely mind-boggling.
Yeah, very curious. Hopefully we'll be able to find out what that is, because, hey, yeah, he's, I just can't see where he's farmed so far. Unless he's taken blue buff away from Yele, but I doubt that. He's a level behind.
Taking a major, the big Krug maybe. Don't know if that gets you to level 3 though.
But early gank for Chippy's top side.
Yep, so the opposite of what we saw last game. Chippy's still in the volatile matchup. We saw last game in the bottom lane was definitely the scaling matchup, so we influenced that this time around. Able to get up there. We'll see whether Yele can return the favor. Chippy still has...
He's just a ward right now. He's actually a ward against Yele. He's going to stick around, and Chippy does the same thing, which is just waits to see if he leaves. But now he's got Doran's Blade and a longsword. That lane is going to tip heavily in Chippy's favor shortly. It's not even going to be a wait anymore.
He also has 3 pots fish. So, you know, that sustain area of the game that we were talking about, Chippy's is going to also win out on eventually. Although ZZZ right now has a big creep wave, although he missed the cannon. That's a tilter. Pack it up. Go home. We're done here, boys.
And Chippy's will slowly farm up the rest of his life. ZZ uses that time to go back to base and get a better shot for himself, puts himself in even footing.
Fantix has already TP'd back to lane and is really losing out. Yele into the bottom lane. They're going to stand and fight here, Fit.
They lock down Chen. Good shield being put up by Destiny as well. Stops majority of that damage from Kedu.
Yep, certainly did. You can see Yele left his jungle. Oh, it's human. Out of mana now. Out of potions.
But interesting pickup. Hunter's potion picked up by Shonfire here very early.
Means he's going to stay full HP. We saw this when he played against Avant Gaming. Was just able to sit in their jungle time and time again and take away camps. That was the game that he nearly went up 100 CS. Hunter's potion should mean that he never has to base. Of course, the way Hunter's potions work is that it gives you an extra charge whenever you take a major camp. And it looks like, you know, he's just going to be able to sit on 5 charges.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. And we're just getting confirmation that he has no EXP quints at all. Shonfire does not run any EXP quints on his Citrani. So how the heck did he get level 3? Was it just taking experience from top lane?
Yeah, I don't know how it happened. I mean, I'm sure someone's tweeting at me. Please, someone tweet at me. I've actually got my phone in my hand waiting for someone to be like, oh, you idiot, he did this. So I can actually find out, because that's really boggled my mind.
He's making a return visit towards top side of the map. Has not been spotted out by any wards. There is a Cromp for him to take.
Cool, he took Big Krug. So that's why the camp didn't despawn. So it was just one of the Krugs. Can confirm Raptors, red, Big Krug. Shout out to Godcow. Yele gonna be collapsed on here.
Yep.
Fantix is already here, and Shern's level 6.
Fantix jumping in very early. Yele will flash out, and they just instantly lock down the Renekton. ZZ wants to go for a fight. Taunt comes out of Fantix. Shernfire still very low, but Yele destroyed by Chippy. Splash away, taking a lot of damage. Dominus is popped. Human steals that kill with the laser. Blast Cone does get Fantix over the wall.
So 1-for-1 trade, but this time around, ZZZ able to rotate over, and we just saw the power of Renekton in protracted fights. You could see that they weren't able to do enough damage to really chunk him out early, Fish.
Yep.
And then he just absolutely takes over the sustained damage of Dominus, as well as the ability to sustain up. And you also saw Human flash in for the laser and the execute there, which was really nicely done.
Yep. He's going to get himself a nice lead in the mid lane. Chippy's, however, absolutely destroyed the Gragas, still level 5. And he's keeping ZZZ under control in this top lane.
Yeah, he is. But ZZZ, after falling down, you know, burning the flash that early into the game, you would expect him to be a little bit further behind.
He can dive this potentially.
He can if he ramps up on the
turret.
turret.
There he goes. Going to be able to ramp up, gets the stun, easy kill. 3 already picked up by Chippies in succession.
Really nicely done. He did have flash available there. Could have traded his flash for Chippies potentially, but didn't want to burn it, and Chippies not have to flash because he had Leap Strike available. So you can understand what ZZZ was going for, Fish.
Very well played. Chippy's now with 3 kills. He's going to shove that wave into the turret, force a teleport out of ZZZ. He's a level up as well. Let's see what he's able to back and buy. Shenfire now trying to work on the blue buff of Regicide. That's spotted out by a ward, but doesn't seem like there's much they can do. Phage and Sheen was the pickup from Chippies right there.
However, Boots 2 picked up for ZZZ means that he's going to equalize a lot of this lane. It sounds silly, but until Trinity Force comes out for Jax, Boots 2 are just king versus any auto-attacking champion. Jax will 100% win the really short trades, but if ZZZ can extend this, make it more about, you know, the dominance and the ability to get multiple empowered Qs out, I think that he will be okay until that Trinity Force pickup is completed.
Let's see if he does that. Fantix in this mid lane now with blue buff, as well as a couple of components for items picked up.
Look at Shern. Shern's honestly just sitting in topside jungle.
Yeah,
he has not gone anywhere else. And they're going to send 3 members up to shut down ZZZ.
Not great. There's
He
a
should
water
know this
place
is coming.
there. There is a bottom lane gank coming from Regicide, but let's talk about that later. Ultimate thrown out by Shern early. Dominus is popped nice early by ZZ. He wants to clear out this wave, but he's going to get stun locked. Everyone flashing on him. Stun comes down. ZZ taking a lot of damage, and Chippies will be able to pick up this kill eventually. No!
He lives.
He's out! And they can't stop this. ZZ somehow doesn't gets away. Regicide now start on Infernal Dragon.
He's an absolute wizard, Harry. That was really nicely played. Doesn't even burn the flash fish. Just able to wander out of that one. So hats off to ZZZ. Avoids the gank. His turret will fall down, but that's what happens when 3 people come up into your lane like multiple times. You can see that they're trying to get on the back of Chippies, but they have yet to really shut down ZZZ. He's fallen very far behind, but isn't out of the game just yet.
I still think that might just be enough for the Direwolves to continue snowballing topside map. Chippies will go back to base. Let's see if he's able to complete his Trinity Force. Instead goes for Ninja Tabby straight up. Fantix takes absolutely no damage from Sealman right now.
Yep. That's what happens when you get some points. Well, you get a point into W, you get your magic shield up, as well as going towards what should be most likely an Abyssal Mask. You would think in this game, not much repetitive damage coming out. So, you know, maybe not going to go towards, what is that item called? Adaptive Helm.
Oh, Adaptive
No, I obviously knew what Abyssal Mask was called because I already said its name twice.
Oops. Let's see if he does pick it up.
This could be a fight.
Regicide looking
Human's
for it.
already here, yeah.
Gravity Field though, not the best of placements, and Shenfire's heading towards back it a bit. This should mean that Riftel will go over the Regicide.
It's really nicely done. You can see that multiple members are already up here in Rakan. So they're able to get that one across, and that should be eventually turret equalization.
Is that the right call from Direwolves there? Just back off and give it over?
I mean, I think so, because I think they would have lost the team fight fish. Jax at this stage of the game still isn't as good at team fighting as what the Renekton's going to be. Might have been able to leap onto Suman and, you know, try and blow him up, but Suman's flash timer is very, very close, so they probably didn't have the exact. So, you know, interesting.
Yeah. Bottom lane going in favor of King as well as Destiny still.
is also going Magic Enchant on his jungle item.
Ah. Quick runic echoes.
They're real annoying, by the way. These 2 champions.
They don't stop talking.
Like, real annoying.
So to beat Spawn and when he's playing support in solo queue, just pick Xayah Rakan and just keep talking. Are they the new Ivan for you? You know, don't want to ever see these champions play?
See, they at least have exciting playstyles. So I can put up with their jibber jabber for the playstyle they bring to League of Legends. Ivan doesn't even have that. Shern going to look for some aggression in this bottom lane that he spots out Yele. He, of course, has gone Cinderhulk and has a completed fishery. Oh, here we go.
Shern charged on by Shenfire, goes in with his ultimate trying to lock down King, but can't get the final charm. Instead, goes for a double knockup. King will pull back Destiny.
Feathers everywhere, Fish.
Big ultimate coming out of Kedu will lock them down. Destiny's forced to flash away, but they do kill the AD carry first. Galileo now going to charge into this team fight. Shenfire's flashing on Yele's face. King pulls it out, gets the blade of the Royal King proc. It's actually a Bilgewater Cutlass for the execute, and I will still want this turret.
Yeah, I thought they might be able to turn that one around because Kedu had a very nice ultimate, but unfortunately weren't able to get there in time. Now, however, they've collapsed onto Suman. Teleport is completed, but absolutely wasted out of ZZZ.
And that's going to be a free turret for Chippies in the mid lane. So he's rotated down halfway across the map.
You can see Direwolves still want to fight now.
Regicide are waiting behind Fog of War to see if they can catch anyone else. But instead, just clearing out the waves, and it should be a one-team fight for Direwolves. 4,000 gold up. Chippy's batters away at this turret.
Yeah, and he's now getting incredibly far ahead. I mean, we said it wasn't at tipping points just yet, but now 2,000 gold up. We'll be able to go back and complete that Trinity Force very soon, Fish.
I think he needs 300 more gold.
Yep, certainly does. And then lights out for the Renekton.
Good night, ZZZ. But for now, he's still just going to be a nuisance on Jax. But once that Trinity Force is complete, it's going to be very difficult for Regicide because ZZZ is one of the members that is performing well on their team. No teleport available for the Crocodile. Chippy still has his, and Fantix has one as well. And despite not using their teleports, they're still the first to rotate in all these fights.
Exactly right. I mean, they're just beating Regicide to the map. You saw that even though that looked like it was a fight Regicide wanted to take, they had very clear vision of Yele the whole time. So it wasn't like they were going into it blind. Yele now heading top lane for maybe the last attempt onto the Jax that they're going to get.
Well, he does have Rift Herald, and he has Runic Echoes here. So if he is able to combo Chippies, there'll be a lot of damage.
But you see that Shern also is up there as well. Every single time he's there, just looks like it's being matched by the Direwolves jungle. Instead, they pop it and leave. So maybe get one charge here.
He walks so funny. She walks incredibly funny. But is angry when she charges. I don't know how someone can charge that quick but walk so slow.
So some good chip damage onto the turret Fish, but will fall down before it takes it. So still 5,000 gold for Direwolves and a commanding 2-0 victory. Looks like it's on the way.
Let's see if they can keep up this pressure. Regicide have looked better in this match, but not that much better.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the game's been played at a different tempo. It's not as quick for Shern, but he's playing Sejuani as opposed to an Elise. And I don't think you can really ask for more, although here we go.
They're trying to engage on Destiny. We'll be able to catch King as well with the charm, but the door comes back up, blocks the cast from Yele, and they're going to be absolutely fine.
They're going to look to turn it, in fact, Fish.
Galio and Chippies both come down. Shernfire collapses too. Yele first to fall. Chen shortly after. Kedu going to get slowed out by King as well. Rips out that spear to make sure he has to flash away.
Yeah, Shern still has ultimate, so they're going to look to chase and throw.
They've locked him down. Chippy's going to counter-strike his way in. No ultimate available for him. Locked down, and he goes unstoppable.
Yeah, and even though you said this game looks better, really it doesn't, because all of a sudden Direwolves are going to go up 6,000 gold. They're going to look to take another turret. Shern is actually taking that wave, so the creeps will stay alive, potentially for a second wave push.
That could be Inhibitor picked up by Direwolves here. They've got to go back to base. Okay, respawn times do come out from Yele, as well as Chen, so they're safe for now. But now mid lane outer turret definitely going to be under fire.
Yeah, exactly right. Chippies has already put so much work into it. And, you know, we said that Direwolves were a team that didn't look great at playing Galio mid lane to get Fantix more on a carry threat. Well, he's shown today that certainly looking very good fit.
Certainly is. Another Dragon's going to be picked up in this match, this time for the Direwolves. Ocean Dragon goes their way. The Infernal Drake earlier fall. Regicide's not going to matter too much, 6,000 gold behind. But we'll have to see. ZZ's also going towards a more standard Renekton build. The Black Cleaver first, and now looking for more health. So not for his Blade of the Ruined King route.
Yeah, I think that when you're down 6,000 gold, playing standard is probably the best Fish. Might even need to grab a tank item for himself. Yele's been shadowing his lane quite heavily, but unfortunately just not getting all that much done. You know, Suman, he's having a better game, but he's against a Galio mid, which doesn't really output all that much pressure.
But what about the Runic Echoes for Dragons? Because we know it used to be one of the staple pickups for him. Besides him and Elise, no one else really used the item, and Cinderhulk as well as Warriors was more common.
Yep.
But since Cinderhulk's been changed, it seems like the outright must-go-to pick.
Yeah, I mean, it's way better clear, right? Because you get the clear component at 900. When you complete Runic Echoes, you're one of the quickest clearers in the game for Gragas, but it just takes you so long to get there because it's a little bit more expensive to buy the components. Means he probably went Q-Max, didn't want to run in the jungle, all those other things that Runic Echoes give you. I just don't like it. It doesn't make you tanky enough for this mid-game that is dominated by tanks. And we've seen time and time again, he's the first person on his team to get blown up.
See if anything changes here. So mid lane, Suman and Fantix go toe-to-toe. That's a big Galio.
Certainly is. I mean, he's so tanky right now. that he was able to... He's going to go Adaptive Helm, by the way, it looks like. He was able to go Righteous Glory before he had to finish his first major MR item. So much of the damage coming out right now is ZZZ. So getting that Righteous Glory, getting some armor as well as the ability to run into people is going to be incredibly useful. And they're all collapsing mid.
Yep.
Human probably dead. Fish.
Fanatics can look to try and turret dive. Gravity Field gets thrown down, but he uppercuts his way in. Knocked back by the field, and Charm comes down on the chippies. But Shenfly is there to back up his mace, and a big Galley ultimate will come through as well. Good damage from Suman so far, but he's out of mana and can't continue.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great ultimate coming out of Suman because it hit all 5 members twice. But at the same time, I mean, no one falling down. Fantix is still very healthy. He's going to zoom towards him.
Righteous Glory, taunt, uppercut, good damage. Suman has to be careful.
Yeah, certainly has to respect this. Galio, you can see that he does no damage to him. And Fantix nearly had enough damage to be able to pick that up.
Ooh.
Miss smite from Shern. First thing that's gone right of the jungle of Regicide all game long.
Yeah, they get a blue buff for himself. But Direwolves, they should be very happy with where they're at. 7,000 gold up. Bottom lane's completely open.
Oh,
Mid lane
today
out
has
is
been a
almost
great
gone.
day for Direwolves. They're going to reclaim top of the ladder. They've played 2 very clean games of League of Legends. AB has stolen a game very well, by the way. They're great thieves off Legacy. Quick 2-0 there. They were in and out. No one even knew that the job had been started yet, Fish. Full Ocean's 11 style.
That's a good movie.
Fantastic movie.
Fantix now looking for an engage onto Suman in mid lane. Pops his cleanse. The rest of Direwolves follow up. Uppercut. Interrupted by Yele, but now him and Chun Shuan are the ones that are in trouble. King diving into the back lines, tanking turrets and everything, but Feathers will be pulled out from Geru, forcing him to back away now. Mid lane outer turret under siege. No minions yet for Direwolves.
Yeah, this turret's taken a while to break open, Fish. However, at the same time, they could just look towards a Baron as they've got the Kalista as well as a very tanky Shenfire. They don't go towards it. They want to play this one nice and standard.
They've got Chippies as well, who is putting down the hurt onto ZZ. Red buff and all.
Yeah, exactly right. With that red buff, going to be able to take it. Oh, yeah, they look to steal another camp.
Gets a small wall.
That has become his victory now.
Direwolves now setting up for this Baron. Instantly pull the trigger on the teleport from Chippies as well.
This could, however, be a little bit risky because Baron will do some damage.
Scattered out by Regicide.
Suman's in base.
Rennington is trying to teleport into the fight, but without Suman, it's going to be difficult. Too many spears thrown already, and Direwolves just collapse. They turn straight away. ZZZ in trouble. Direwolves Chippies is dominating as he gets his double kill. Kedu locked down as well. That's 3 for the Jax. Try and make it 4. He gets Suman. Is this going to be the pentacle for him? Yele's trying to run away. Destiny wants this one, slowing down the Gragas. Chippies might jump over the wall to continue the fight, and he does. Blast code is there. There goes the counter-strike. Can't lock down Yele. The rest of the Wolfpack are doing Baron, but Chippies wants his damn pentakill. Come back here, Gragas. Tagged by Winner's Spy. Pentakill picked up by Chippies.
Yeah, really nicely done for Chippies. Jax has always been one of his champions and putting on a clinic. I mean, Shern gave him the early pressure that he needed to absolutely take over this game. 1-15, 12,000 gold for the Wolfpack. And 10-0-1 for their superstar top laner.
On his signature champion as well, with Baron buff and that big of a lead. And it looks like it's lights out for Regicide.
Yeah, so let's just follow Chippies. Goes in, so much CC, had the counter-strike running, smacking down priority target after priority target. You can see that as soon as Fantix and Shern stun them up, he is just there to execute all of the members. The last one was probably thanks to Destiny, to be honest. Otherwise, Yele might have got out. He's a mobile man for someone so fat, but still just able to stick with that play. He's really good at cancelling autos on Jax, though. That's one thing I will say. He cancels a lot of autos, Fish.
He does.
Jax has got a weird auto attack animation, though.
He's it's cost him kills in the past.
Yep.
However, Direwolves now 12,000 gold up, 22 minutes in. This again is looking like a repeat of game 1 where there's nothing Regicide can do.
Yeah, completely agree. At this stage of the game, Jax is 10-0-1. He's probably big enough to take over the game by himself. He's got the wings next to his name. That lets you know that he's got lots of money. He's got 11,000 gold. Richest member on the map is farming nearly at the clock as well. They think they can kill Shern.
Let's see if they can. They got good damage onto him, and now Trenchard's forced to back out straight into the taunt coming out from Fantix. Slams the ground. Can't quite kill him, but that's 3 members of the Direwolves. And all 3 of these members deal no damage. And they're putting up a 3-on-5. This is not good for Regicide.
No, it isn't. Because right now, Direwolves just tank their entire lineup with only their tanks. And it is going to be the adaptive helm picked up by Phantom, so just preferring that item over the Abyssal Mask. Ooh.
There's not too much magic damage coming up from the Direwolves for him to amplify. Makes sense.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Never thought about it that way. Well spotted, 99.
Direwolves going to continue pushing through the mid lane. Inner turret falls. King was split pushing top side of the map. Never thought I'd see a Callista be the one in a 1-3-1.
I mean, so much of her kit synergizes with another person, so I agree with you. She shouldn't fish, but at the same time, if no one can catch or kill King, it doesn't really matter all that much.
It does not.
Probably going towards a Phantom Dancer next. Do you play much Callista?
No. Callista and Vayne are the 80 carries that I've always told I have to try and play, but I just can't pick them up.
Yeah, not a massive fan of them either. I was always like Jinx, Sivir.
Jinx, Sivir, Caitlyn, all those
Nah,
immobile ones.
Caitlyn's
No Caitlyn?
boring.
What?
She's real boring, dude.
Disappointing. I want to see more Jinx though. I thought she'd come back.
I thought she
That's
was
not.
actually going to come back when Caitlyn was a
Yep.
massive popular pick.
She does so well into Caitlyn.
Yeah, always been the lane that I like to see. Shove Caitlyn in with the rockets. Come online roughly at the same time, but do more damage because of the AoE crits. But apparently Trap was just too big for
It's
Caitlyn.
busted.
Yep.
That ability. Ooh.
I feel like as soon as we gave Caitlyn that much utility on Trap, that it kind of swung all her bad matchups.
And yeah, I mean, Sivir was a matchup that was good for Sivir until 5 traps came out.
Yep. Because what happens is now you just set up the 3 traps underneath turret, and then...
Shenfire stole that red, by the
yeah,
way.
it certainly did. Here we
And
go.
they collapsed with this human.
Flash forward available out of King. Doesn't even use it.
Dead. And teleport's coming in for Chippies to try and end this game. Direwolves will take an inhibitor turret at least for the troubles. Regicide just can't fight.
Potentially can look for the fight because here comes Shern.
Oh, jumps in, locks down ZZZ. Chern gets a great charm off and knocks up 2 people. But Regicide just can't follow up. ZZ wants to go in, instantly obliterated. Kater's the next to fall, throws out his ultimate, has to flash away, still gets stunned. Double kill picked up by the Jax. Yele's inside the fountain, but Spears will be ripped out of him, and King gets the ace. Direwolves will put themselves back on top of the table.
Yeah, they should be able to win the game here. I mean, 13 seconds on both Suman and Chenchuan at the moment, but it looks like they have the damage here, Fish. And this is a commanding day of League of Legends. First Avant, now Direwolves, both in under 60 minutes of game time, will pick up back-to-back 2-0s.
Super Week looked good for Legacy. They finished top of the table, but Direwolves reclaimed their throne and look like the force to be reckoned with once again.
And that man on your screen would have enjoyed that game. It's fun playing Jax when you're just able to unleash on people like that. No pressure because his jungler got him ahead early. If you've got to pick an MVP of this best of, it probably has to be Shern because he dictated tempo of both of these games. Like, generally only he can when he's in form.
And it was good to see as well, Fantix, you know, rotating out of the Corki picks. He played 2 different champions in the mid lane today.
Yeah, actually, this time around, the Galio looked really good out of Richard.
It did.
Was impressed by his Galio play. Got poked out very early, but Victor's Q spam does do that to people.
Sneak
Bit
peek.
of damage.
Sneak peek of
what's to
damage.
come. But yeah, I mean, really, Shern game 1 attack bottom lane, opened up that side of the map. This time around, creative jungle pathing, Raptors red, big golem, level 3, gank top before I think ZZZ was ready for it. Sways the most volatile matchup again. Really looking forward to it. Gale probably had a better performance than Fade. Was a little bit more active, but still fell behind, and there was really nothing it looked like Regicide could do today.
And again, Regicide, you can only really look towards their top lane. ZZ had 2 okay games.
Oh,
Okay, it's not enough.
he is a shining light down a very dark tunnel right now, Fish, and it takes you a while to spot it, but it is kind of there. Would be excited to see what would happen if ZZZ was on a very good OPL team, but right now, unfortunately for Regicide, that is not them.
I mean, they still have a couple more weeks in the OPL before Promo Relos as well as the Gauntlet run starts. Hopefully we'll be able to see more out of Regicide in general. As the OPL is coming to a close, and all those improvements we saw in the first few weeks, not quite there anymore in the last few. But for now, to end out the game, let's send it back to the analyst desk.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Direwolves 2-0 over Regicide, so lightning did not strike twice, Jish. There were not two upsets
One
today,
prediction right.
but it does mean that Direwolves are currently sitting top of the table now, overtaking Legacy. Let's talk about this game, though. Kind of a better showing for Regicide compared with their first game, which was almost a perfect game.
Yeah, they had a much better draft. I thought Fantix going back into the Galio gave Soyman a bit more room to scale and play the Victor, as well as their bot lane. They got Zyra Khan, which is quite a good matchup, and you could see that they were pushing like a 10 CS lead for a bit of time.
Yeah, I think, you know, when Vicarious gave them a little bit more flexibility in terms of like early game laning, and they weren't just getting, you know, shoved in, they definitely held up more of a fight. You know, today they still weren't enough to take down Direwolves, but yeah, the second game was remarkably better, I'd say.
All right, well, those are our initial thoughts, but standing by with Fish right now is the support player for Direwolves Destiny, so let's throw it to them right now for the interview.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with the support from the Direwolves Destiny. It was a very decisive day of League of Legends. You guys picked up a very clean 2-0 over Regicide. How do you feel about those games?
Yeah, I think the games were very relevant to our practice. We've been playing a lot better recently. Ever since the loss against Legacy, we've been putting in a lot more effort. And moving forward, we're definitely looking forward to the gauntlet.
And that's fantastic to hear. Speaking of that, now that you guys picked up the 2-0 and Legacy lost today, back on top of the table, you guys have it in your hands to make it all the way to the grand finals. Is that your goal, and you planning and preparing for that?
Yep, definitely. We're definitely going to 2-0 in the next 2 weeks. If we don't, then obviously we don't deserve to be first.
Okay.
So, yeah, hard work will pay off.
Yep, good. Great to hear that. I hope to see that from you guys as well. But to end on a bit of a lighter note, you started that pentakill for Chippies there. You know, you flashed onto the Gragas. Were the comms going in between the two of you while the rest were taking Baron about that?
Yeah, instantly when Chippy's got the quad, give me the penta, give me the penta. So I chased him down, I flashed for him, and yeah, Chippy's got a penta and we got the Baron. So win-win.
It's great to hear that. Congratulations on your win. Good luck to you guys in the next few weeks. We'll send it back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks very much, Fish.
What a true support. Giving his top laner, flashing to give his mate a pentakill. Good on him.
Do you agree that they're going to 2-0 the next 2 weeks, Jish?
Yeah, do you?
Yeah?
Obviously not. Like, I don't know. What do you want me to say?
No, I just think it's yeah, the confidence out of Destiny there. Confidence.
Yeah,
out
I
of
mean,
Destiny.
like confidence, yes, but he also just said like if he's not good enough to win those games, he doesn't deserve to come first. So it's like, you know, a bit of realism and determination in him too. He's not just like blind confidence or arrogance, I'd say.
Oh man, I'm excited for that last week of games. All right, Choo-Choos, I know in this game though, Regicide kind of fell apart. And was it kind of a similar mistakes they made to the first game as well?
Yeah, just uncoordinated team fights, really, or skirmishes. The biggest thing I want to highlight is Gragas has built ability power. So he's going to die a lot faster than Sejuani here. And you can see Sejuani does a really good job CCing the entire Direwolf squad here. But you can just see the Braum shield nullifies so much damage out of the Xayah. And really, there's just more damage coming out of Direwolves. And they end up getting a 2-0 here. Renekton TP's down, and they don't really get anything from that play. But it just shows that like this Braum pick was very, very smart coming out of Sharp, and it nullified a lot of damage that the Regicide squad had drafted into.
Yeah, and and one of the weaknesses that Braum has is he doesn't have like a great engage tool, and then taking the Callista with it obviously just makes up for that. So obviously what he doesn't have in his go button ultimate, he has in Callista's go button ultimate.
Yeah.
But I think we watched on from the tail end of that, so that Regicide did TP for that play and couldn't get anything out of it. So then the next fight, bottom lane, we see that there's a bit of aggression coming out of Regicide, and they look to go onto the Braum again. And he gets ultimated out by King initially, and then Shenchuan still lands the charm. A fantastic shield out of Destiny to block the Gragas cast, and Suman's still sitting in mid lane when Fantix is already ultimated down. Shernfire's in the lane. I think Chippy's TP down as well, because obviously he had TP advantage. And this is sort of just like the game's becoming very, very hard, for Regicide to get any look in now. Nice little ultimate at the end just to grab Kedu, and one more kill.
That's a 5-0 Jack.
Yeah, onto Chippy's there. So halfway to his pentakill. Yeah, not bad.
It just felt like the King was doing a lot of damage in that fight as well for that. But you spoke about Chippies then, and he obviously picked up the penta during that game. And like you said, when we're watching it, second New Zealand to pick up a penta.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just it's a nice note to end on, I guess, for the Direwolves. They had a really good performance today, and Chippies himself, I think, played quite well. So it's just like the little extra reward after a 2-0, but it's actually a really nice team fight, and it's that sort of team fight CC comp we saw Avant run a little bit, and Direwolves shown that they're very good at it too. So the Sejuani layering of CC, Chippy's flashes for the quadra kill there, and you can tell now that he's screaming in things that are definitely not PG to give him this last kill. he jumps over the wall there.
Just leaves his team to finish Baron.
Yeah.
I've got my own priorities here, guys.
I mean, they know the game's over at this point. Destiny's like, all right, yeah, I guess I'll help you. And yeah, he picks up the pentakill.
Yeah, great stuff. True support, always willing to flash to get the penta for your top lane, like you said.
Yeah, Chippy's Jax, definitely something that he showed to be very proficient on in Rift Rivals.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's definitely something to look forward to.
Real good stuff out of Chippy. So, so does this make Direwolves now, I guess, after today's performances, are they the best team in O's? Will you say that?
It's really hard to say, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, Sin beat Chiefs and Legacy lost to Avant, and Avant have lost to everyone.
Nearly everyone.
Yeah, just like the loss from Legacy today definitely shook things up. So it's a lot. Like, this is probably the most interesting split of OPL ever.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I guess like we said that, we're looking at the first sort of rounds of rematches and stuff, and we sort of have an idea of where the table is. But upsets like this, the upsets like a Legacy Avant, do make it quite exciting. And I don't think that you can really say there is like one clear leader at the moment.
I think we said that at the start of the split. We're like, this is by far and away the split, especially after after Gauntlet Run last split. This split is a split where any of the top five teams can beat any other top 5 teams. And then I think when Abyss beat AV, we were like, oh, maybe they're a bit shaky. But since then, obviously, bouncing back very well, beating Legacy like this week, like you said, really has shaken things up. So, I mean, if you're Regicide then, you're looking for the next couple of weeks, do you reckon they can take a win before they get out of here?
They're in a difficult group, I believe. They're in the Chiefs Direwolves group. So who's the last?
So next week they play Chiefs, and then week 9 they take on Abyss.
So they definitely have a rough group, and they're just going to be looking at not coming last.
Yeah.
They're going to be They have the head-to-head over TM, so they're going to be looking to take one win wherever they really can, because every point is very crucial for them.
Yeah, I mean, they obviously at the moment, I think TM have really dug their own grave at this point, and I guess. Yeah, Regicide are trying to make sure that their ankles aren't in like a grasping reach being pulled down with them sort of thing. So I think that they're going to try to pick up a sneaky point here or there just to stay out of relegation.
Point. All right, well, let's take a look at the results from today's games then to recap our day of League of Legends on the Rift. AV were able to upset Legacy and give them their first loss of the split 2-0, and then Direwolves made sure work of Regicide, taking them out 2-0 as well. An early night finish.
Quick
for
day
us.
of League of Legends.
A quick day of League of Legends. But tomorrow, Chiefs will take on Abyss, and TM will take on Sin. And we'll see if there are any more upsets to be had. Jish, obviously, you won't be on the desk tomorrow, so give us a quick, sneaky preview of Chiefs versus Abyss. What do you got in store for us?
Clean 2-0, faster than today's games.
Whoa!
No,
maybe not. Actually, no. Last time we versed Abyss, I think they were like smacking our Nexus, and I was like, all right, game 3. So
that's
hopefully,
true.
Yeah, hopefully we just don't get that close to losing.
That should have been a 3-game series.
Excellent stuff. All right, well, I'd like to thank Choo Choos and Jish for being here today, as well as you for watching us at home, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
He's going to at least blow flash. He's trying to remount, but he doesn't even flash the CC and just dies for first blood. Great Temper Fate comes out of Cupcake. That keeps him alive. The bowler will come out of Silver, but Shockwave keeps him back. Cupcake's alive. AV still want this fight. Claire's the next target, taken out very low. Winter's Bite will lock him down, and Triple gets a second kill. Big Cataclysm for Carbon, and Shockwave only connects on the Braum. Here comes Claire. Out. Claire in the back lines on top of Claire. That's one falling. Carbon goes down next. Triple going to be picked up here for another kill for AV. Carbon now in trouble, flagging and dragging into the fight, but he gets killed. Blinky's flashing forward with Sybil as well. Series gets the bear trap on the road, will knock back Loss, and it's going to be a 1-team fight for AV as well as Baron picked up. And Blinky's left to deal as much damage as he wants. Gets hit by Temper Fate, but Tally will fall. Rips the spears out of him. Loss is trying to get into the backlines, will take down Triple and hop away. Good shutdown, but everyone from AV collapses on top of the AD carry from Legacy. Series charging into the backlines, but they're already onto the Nexus turrets here. Legacy will put up a last stand, but it's not going to be enough. They take down the mid laner, but that's about it. And AV charge towards the Nexus. They take game 1 over Legacy. They're trying to lock down Loss. He gets stunned and locked down by Jake. That's going to be first blood picked up by Blinky, and that destroys the Adoration stacks. Legacy have to try and fight this one 4-on-5 to kick things off, but they've already killed Cupcake. Loss is stuck against everyone, throws out the Whirling Death, but he's going to fall as well. Double kill for Sybil. Make that another one picked up by Blinky as well, and AV have stormed onto Summoner's Rift again. Often Carbon's in amongst this fight as well. He's going to be careful. Package nicely delivered into the back lines. Claire falls. Carmen now in a lot of trouble.
Oh,
Oh, you
headbutted a wall.
hate to see it. Carmen with the fat finger flashes into a wall. His bloblets are going to die, and that's 2 picks for triple. And bottom lane already at half health. Carmen charging up for the initiation.
Here we
But look
go.
at Jake. He's got it as well. Blinky as well as triple, able to avoid the equalizer. They will deliver series in the back lines, but he throws down a Cataclysm as a last stand. And that might be all over, ladies and gentlemen, because Legacy are hitting the deck here. Knockup lands onto Claire. He's going to get taken down as well. And AV are charging towards the Nexus. That is decisive. League of Legends coming out from Avant Gaming. They storm onto the Rift in game number 1. They take it down easily against Legacy. They're having a bit of trouble here without their minions destroying that final Nexus turret. They still want to end this game. Cupcake's doing everything he can to try and stop this one. Karma's now joined the fight. Blinky and Triple still trying to kite around and hit this damn Nexus, and it will fall. Legacy will drop 2-0 to AV. Let's see what happens. That's a flash straight up to Chenshun, who gets ignited straight away. Will use his heal, and they get good damage on him. First blood picked up by Shermfire. Fantix now right on top of the Orianna. Shockwave used very early to get an even trade. Rock still being thrown. That's a flash angry counter to face. Silma gets taken down. Chippies will finally get on in. Java's the first to fall. Regicide are grouped up as 4, but Kedu gets shoved back. Shockwave lands on 2. King and Destiny are fine though. There's the heal being used by Chenshun. Shermfire looking for a cocoon. Good blast cone though. However, they do combo Silman in the mid lane, and rocks are being thrown one after the other. Big team fight for the Wolfpack. You see Z engaged for nothing. Teleports coming in from Chippies. ZZ looks to be the first target, but he's very healthy. Double slam from Chippies. Almost kills 2 people. Kato gets sniped from the Caitlyn. No one from Regicide wanted to take the bullet for him. 19 minutes in, pick up 3 kills and they're in the base. Faye trying to jump on King's face. Will he be able to get that kill? He does! He stops the perfect game spawn! Regicide have done something, but the rest of their team is getting absolutely smashed. Shutdown comes out from Kedu, but 3 members of the Die Wolves are alive. Big headbutt pole coming out from Destiny. ZZ is going to fall first. Silman as well as Kedu already retreating towards the fountain. They can't fight against that. Big Shockwave will come out, but it's already a double kill picked up by Chippies. Die Wolves will finish up this game 23 minutes in, and a very decisive victory.
How did he get level 3?
Counter-Strike actually stops the stun coming out from ZZ. They lock him down, and without slice and dice, first blood's picked up by Chippies. ZZ in trouble. Direwolf's Chippies is dominating as he gets his double kill. Kedu locked down as well. That's 3 for the Jacks. Try and make it 4. He gets Silman. Is this going to be the pentacle for him? Yele's trying to run away. Destiny wants this one, slowing down the Gragas. But Chippies wants his damn pentakill. Come back here, Gragas. Tag my winners by pentakill. Picked up by Chippies.
Yeah, and this is a commanding day of League of Legends. First Avant, now Direwolves, both in under 60 minutes of game time, will pick up back-to-back 2-0s.
Super Week looked good for Legacy. They finished top of the table, but Direwolves reclaimed their throne and look like the force to be reckoned with once again.